What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty with the GoPro strapped to my head, and this is the 2024 Volvo S90, and this has the T8 Recharge powertrain in the ultimate trim level. And today we're going to take this car for a test drive. What massive presence this has with all the chrome accents and the black metallic paint. Now we'll get a little overview of the vehicle before we get it out on the test drive. So here again we have the plug-in, because this is a plug-in hybrid vehicle. You could do about 38 miles on full electric. And take a look at our window sticker quick. We have a $72,595 MSRP, and this car is pretty much fully loaded. So it's got a couple of packages that are missing, but this, as you look at it here, is a pretty much loaded vehicle. Now let's take a look at the trunk, because this is one of the most important aspects of the S90. You buy a big car like this, you want a big trunk, and the S90 delivers. The rear seats even fold down. We have a pass-through, and there's lots and lots of space back here. Pretty big opening too. Now we're going to hop around to the passenger side where we have the gas cap and also the rear door. Now this is the best side to the rear seats, because we have all of these really nice controls to move the front seat forward, to operate your sunshade and sunroof, also your side sunshades and your back sunshades for the rear window. So lots and lots of features on this side of the S90. But as soon as you open the door, you notice it's a nice big rear door. And for the second model year of this generation of the S90, they are all long wheelbase vehicles. So as you can see, I'm 5'10", so much space back here. And you also have heated seats, your own climate control. It's a 4-zone climate control in this vehicle, and very nice Napa leather seats with a panoramic roof. This car really does have a huge Swedish luxury presence, especially with these recharge wheels. Looks very nice. But without further ado, let's hop in and take this thing for a drive. We've got very customizable seats, extremely comfortable. Again, Napa leather seats, and it has this full blonde interior. Now definitely make sure you wash your hands before you get in this car, because this basically has a white steering wheel. But let's take this thing out for a drive and see what it's like. Now again, remember, we are working with that T8 plug-in hybrid power plant, and we have our Oriforce crystal shift knob. So we'll put it into drive here. We've got our seatbelt on, safety first. Not a whole lot of gas in the actual gas tank, but we do have plenty of charge to see what it's like driving on electricity. And we pull away in silence. Now a little overview of this test drive. We're gonna get it out onto a main road first, so we'll see what it's like, hopefully at 45-50 miles an hour, and then we'll get it onto a back road. We'll get an acceleration test, see how it does around the corners, and it's a pretty bumpy road too, so we'll definitely get a feel for the suspension. Now, if you are interested to see all of the features on this car, on the exterior, under the hood, in the trunk, on the rear seats, and the front seats, all of this technology, just wait till the end of the video. I will attach a little icon that you could click on so that you could see a full features review at the end of this video. Immediately, the things you notice is it's just very quiet in here, because one, you don't hear the internal combustion engine. It hasn't turned on yet because we don't need the power for it. And number two, the steering is very light. And these seats, ooh man, these seats are comfortable. Now it does have a little indicator in the top of the gauge cluster to show you when the gasoline engine has started. So if you kind of go above that little line there, that means the gasoline engine will start. Now we've got a nice heads-up display showing us our current speed and the speed limit on the road we have here. And now they're up at 45 miles an hour. We got some oncoming traffic going on here. It is just very, very quiet in here. Really, the only thing you hear is a little whir of the tires, but you could really barely hear the oncoming traffic. So definitely some nice noise insulation on the S90. I definitely like this gauge setup. Very kind of modern display for the gauges, the speedometer, and the power charge meter. And then you also have the Google Maps right in the center, which is really cool. Very prominent display for your battery charge and the fuel. So we're going to take a right onto this back road here, and if no traffic winds up behind us, we'll do a 0 to 60 test. Now this has quite some power under the hood, so we'll see what it could do. It looks like the coast is clear, and here we go. Yeah, so definitely some good power there. A little bit of a hesitation from the engine starting up, but definitely really good power. We're working with 455 horsepower under the hood and 523 pound-feet of torque. So quite the powerhouse in this car. Now, it is a big car, but that's also quite a bit of power. And all that power is coming from a 2-liter turbocharged and supercharged inline 4-cylinder with the help of that electric engine, or motor, I should say. It's definitely quite some power. No issues merging onto the highway or passing people on the highway. And just like that, the gas engine is no longer needed, so it is turned off. Now on this section of freshly paved road, it definitely rides unbelievably nice. It's very, very quiet, and just right here is where they stopped paving this road, and it's pretty rough, so let's get a feel for the suspension. Yeah, so actually a really nice suspension setup. Now, some of the S90s I drove earlier on, kind of when they first came out, 2017, 2018, 2019, they didn't ride all that good, which is kind of something you expect from a large vehicle like this. But I'm happy to say that this is an extremely comfortable ride and definitely more fitting for the S90. Now we do have a nice S-turn coming up here, so we're not going to do anything crazy because, of course, this car is not set up for handling, but we'll see how it feels in the corner. You know, some vehicles with very soft suspension tend to have some body roll in the corners. But this actually feels pretty good. You know, the steering wheel weights up a little bit in the corners, which is nice. And it doesn't feel too bad around the corners. This is definitely a nice vehicle to just go for a nice long cruise in. You'd be comfortable. You've got a nice sound system. It's quiet. This vehicle truly is just effortless to drive. And it's actually really nice to drive around in pure electric because you don't get the noise. You also have a little bit of regenerative braking there when you let off the throttle. As you can see, the power switches to the charge there, and while you're coasting, it does recoup a little bit of energy, and there is some regenerative braking going on. Now, all this power is mated up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. I forgot to say that after we did our acceleration. And we also have E all-wheel drive, so meaning the combustion engine powers the front wheels and the electric motor powers the rear wheels, so that's pretty cool. And so that acceleration there was just pure electric, and this has definitely got some power. I believe the electric motor itself has about 120 to 150 horsepower, so that's definitely enough for around town. Now on the highway, you're going to be using mostly the gasoline engine, but I'm sure you could cruise along just with the electric engine. That'll be plenty of power. And that pretty much does it for the test drive of the 2024 Volvo S90 T8 Recharge Ultimate. Make sure you click that little link right down below in the left-hand corner to check out our full features review on this very car. Thank you very much for joining us in this test drive, and I hope you stick with us here at Ty Drives for more videos just like this one.